Welcome, 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 everybody. Welcome. It's so good to see you all. Oh my goodness. Okay, so, um, there we go. Big developments, big developments. Um, Hold on just a second. I gotta make sure that this is all working correctly. Thank you so much, Forgato, for the 8 bits. okay, so here's 100 tea bags to everybody. Welcome, Mr. Parker, Forgato 2, Mr. Key, good to see you all. So, I've not been live for a while, and it's been really lame not being live. I threw my back out, and that threw me off for like a couple of weeks. I was only able to stream periodically. And then this week, my wife has been sick, home from work, sick, so I've been taking care of her as well. And yeah, it's been really difficult to find time to stream. So this is going to be a shorter stream, but I think it'll be a good stream because I'm going to show you guys my setup. I'm going to show you guys my stream setup and my game collection. How does that sound? I hope that it goes. That you guys enjoy it. Oh man, I'm all jumbled up today. Currently, your hotel vacation. Oh, you are bored. I'm glad that I can help alleviate your boredom. Gogs, welcome. Good to see ya. Thank you for the welcome back. Okay, so let's see what we got. So here we go. Now. This is gonna echo, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna turn that off. And, okay. I've got GoPro. I've got my GoPro here. Here's the GoPro. The GoPro right here. Okay? That's this. Here's my stream setup. Yeah, this is it. This is the stream setup. Okay, so this is the tour of my my setup. Okay, actually I might do this. How does this audio sound? Does this sound like garbage right now? Let me know if this sounds like garbage, because now it's through the audio from the GoPro. You guys hear me okay? Does this sound all right? It's fine? Okay, cool. Because I'm going to be moving around, and here's what I got going on. Okay. Whoop. Dropping stuff. Okay. I got a whole bunch of cords, because I've got this running to an Elgato HD60S. And, alright. This here is my stream setup. So, I've got a controller. I've got a camera. This camera is going into the HD60S. The HD60S is going into my computer right there. And this is my computer with my streaming, with my OBS and stuff. That's you guys. Look at you guys. Look at that. You're on the stream. Now, behind me, I've got a couch, and I've got a chair, and a big old green screen. This green screen is hanging from the rafters, okay? And, I can remove this green screen. I built a PVC frame for this green screen. I just got some fabric from Joann Fabric, and I got some PVC piping from the hardware store, from Home Depot, and I built myself a frame, stretched out the fabric, and taped the fabric onto the frame with gaffer tape. The gaffer tape is right here. The gaffer tape is really good because it does not leave residue when you put it onto stuff. I like to keep my tape right here so I can put a cup in here. If the cup is open and it's not a bottle, then this will prevent the cup from like spilling over. Yeah, because otherwise it's kind of teetery. So I like to have that there for when I'm streaming. This is my chair. I've got a sheet that like the thing about these well, yeah. Oh, let me see if I can. I've got it like tied on, but like I'll show you. Like this stitching right here, the stitching on this on the what's it called? The armrest. the stitching is like in the worst spot imaginable. So it like really chafes the arms after a while. So I have a sheet to protect my arms from the stitching on the handrail. And I hope I'm not covering the microphones as I go around. Looks like we're dropping some frames. Here's the frame drop showing. It's always fun to see. You guys can still see and hear me, right? Okay, anyway, so there's... Yeah, I got a little basket here also with just some stuff, like my headphones. These are the headphones that I like to plug in when people join voice chat. I usually, like, my TV's over here. This is the big screen TV, the 4K TV that I actually play the games on. And it is mounted to the wall, so I can actually swivel this around and pivot it and stuff. And I have a light back here, so I don't want to bump the light. But yeah, that's the TV mounted to the wall. And I have it plugged into the amp. I have, I have the audio just in the room, so I'm listening just without headphones in the room. And I synced up OBS so that there wouldn't be any echo with the audio in the room. So that's how I like to do that. So I can have my headphones devoted to people who join voice chat. I have usually, so this is the second Elgato HD 60S. Usually it's sitting over here. Okay, and usually the switch right here, the switch is plugged into the Elgato 60S, and then out this cord that goes into the amp to the TV. So that's usually what I have, and this runs also back to the computer. But I've got it plugged in right now to the camera that I'm carrying around to show off the room. Okay, so this here is the ring light that I use. I have it offset and at an angle so that it hits my green screen at an angle, so the shadows are more cast onto the wall instead of onto the green screen. And that separates the green screen out to have a really good, clean key for the green screen. The more uniform the green is, the better the key is. And actually, what I can do, let me go into this to have a little more widescreen angle for everybody. Yeah, so, then, we've got a whole bunch of stuff. These bins under my desk. I actually built this desk in high school. I built this desk in high school. Okay. Okay, we're back. The cord got unplugged. But you guys should be able to see and hear me now. Let's go back to this. Okay. Alright. So, I built this desk in high school in the early 2000s. And, yeah, underneath the desks I have a bunch of bins, and this is where I store my DVDs and my games. The first 3 here are games, and the 2 on the bottom right here are games. Those 5 bins are filled up with games. Here are my PlayStation games, like PlayStation 1. These games, except for a few on the top, are all duplicates. These are the duplicate games that I have, and I have a couple more duplicates as well. Over here, this is where I set up consoles other than the Switch, so that if I want to play something other than the Switch, it'll be right here, and I just swap out the cords with the HD60S, and when I'm done with the console, I'll break it down, and I'll put it back over here, because over here, you will see that I have 2 drawers, and I can actually bring these, like I can roll these over and show these off a little better. These are rolling drawers. Okay. And these drawers, what we'll find in these drawers are the various game components. Like, this here is the PlayStation 2 bin, where I've got my PlayStation 2 controllers and my cords in this Ziploc baggie for the PlayStation 2. Down here, I've got NES controllers and the Retron 5 controller and cords. Because the Retron 5 is the only way I can play NES games at this point. Down here is Super NES. I got my controllers, my cords, and all that. This drawer is for Sega Genesis. The controllers and the cords. Down here is the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation Classic, and the cords for each of those. And I've got everything labeled as well. PlayStation Classic and PlayStation 4. This drawer, I have cleaning supplies. I've got myself small cotton balls and large cotton balls. I've got 91% isopropyl alcohol for cleaning games and stuff. I've got some Goo Gone. This stuff is amazing if you want to get labels off of games. Like any sticky residue, it'll come right off with Goo Gone. And this here is a big old spindle of twist ties. This one I'm not really all that pleased with. I'll probably just buy other zip ties, but I like to have zip ties to be able to tie different things in. And we can close that. Up here I've got my Xbox 360 drawer with the cords in the back. This here I've got my portable systems drawer. I've got my Open Pandora. This thing is pretty interesting. It's actually like essentially a Linux computer made for like emulation and stuff. It's got a full QWERTY keyboard. It's got a D-pad. It's got I don't know how well it's showing up. It's got a D-pad. Oh, it's turning on. Look at that. It's got two nubs, like 360 nubs, and AYXB. It's got video game controllers. It's got trigger buttons on the left and right, like shoulder buttons. But I didn't mean to turn that on. Like, the thing about this battery is, like, if it gets jostled, as soon as it plugs in, it turns on. And so, I mean, I guess I could show you. Like, I don't have any SD cards in it right now, but yeah, this is essentially the Open Pandora. It comes with a stylus, and let's see. Make sure I want to make sure I'm not missing any chats either. A lot of controllers I have. Yes, I do. And the Only Dunk is welcome. Good to see ya. So yeah, this is the Open Pandora. Let's see if I can pull out the stylus. It's going to be right here. And it's a touch screen. And since I don't have any SD cards actually plugged in, I won't have anything on the system at the moment. There's two SD card slots. But yeah, the battery is really finicky. I kind of have to stuff a piece of paper into it. It's already turning off and back on. I'll probably actually just pop the battery out real quick. To be fair, there we go. That way, it won't keep turning on and off and on and off. But yeah, this is an older device that I bought several years ago for like a portable emulation system, and it works pretty darn well for it. It can do anything up through like the original PlayStation, and it's completely open source, so a lot of people get stuff for it. This here is my DS Lite, and I might trade this in. I might actually trade this in because I got myself recently a 3DS. This here is my 3DS. It's charging right now, but this is my new 3DS. It's not. Well, actually, it's not a new 3DS. It's a 3DS XL, but it's not the new 3DS XL line. It's just 3DS XL, but it's new to me. So now I can play 3DS games and original DS games. My wife also has a DS Lite, so she said I can use her system if I want to play any Game Boy Advance games, which we don't have any of. But in these socks, I've got the Game Boy printer right here. This is the Game Boy printer, and it still has paper in it. I'm storing these without batteries. I've got the link cable here, and in here is my original Game Boy. If I can pop this out here, this is my original Game Boy from when I was a kid, and right now I've got Super Mario Land in the Game Boy. And again, I'm storing this without batteries. No batteries in this for storage. Just a moment. Do-do-do-do-do. In here I've got my Open Pandora cords, and also game controllers for like the PC and PC gaming, which the Open Pandora essentially kind of is. Down here I've got the Wii stuff, and that's going to have my GameCube controllers as well as Wii controllers, and the GameCube adapter for the Switch, because the GameCube controllers are here. The cords for the Wii. Down here is Wii U, and yeah, there's the gamepad and the cords. Pro controller. Down here is original Xbox. I've got the controllers and the cords. I got a couple of wireless controllers as well. A lot of the Xbox stuff I have is in the other room in a bag, because I have so much Xbox stuff from way back when. So whenever I want a system, I'll just grab the drawers, and these drawers come completely out. So let's say I want to play Sega Genesis. Just grab this drawer, I pull it out, and I'll bring it right on over to where I set up the system. And when I'm done, I put it back on, and zip it right in there. And that's a nice way to keep everything stored. Now, in this bin here, I've got the various consoles. I've just recently started collecting consoles and games. So, yeah, it's not a huge collection, but I got original Xbox, Xbox 360, I've got PlayStation 4 Slim, Retron 5, I've got the Super Nintendo, I got Sega Genesis, and I can just pull out any of the systems like that, put them right on over there, put them right back in when I'm done. This is the Wii U and the Wii. I've got the red Wii. And I've got PlayStation 2 fat model. This here is the base for the Wii. Do I have the boxes? Some of the boxes. Like, I have the box for the Wii. I've got the box for the Retron 5. I got the box for the PlayStation 4. I have a box for original Xbox, but it's not in good shape. I've got the box for PlayStation Classic. PlayStation Classic is right here. I don't have the box for Sega Genesis, SNES, PlayStation 2, Xbox 360, or the Wii U. Those are the boxes I do not have. And I actually have a second Xbox 360 over there that I found for $10. I found this one for $20 at the local thrift store. And then one day, earlier this week, or no, it was over the weekend, I went thrift store hopping to see if I can find other systems and consoles, and I found that Xbox 360 for $10. It didn't come with any cords, just like this one didn't come with any cords, but I was thinking I might be able to find cords and give it away as a gift, or sell it at a profit, potentially, was the idea with picking up another one of those for really stinking cheap. Now, yeah. Okay, so this bin here, I have some games. Some classic games. This is my Nintendo box. I've got Tetris Attack. Now, this is the first copy of Tetris Attack that I got, because I do have a duplicate of Tetris Attack. This one I ordered on Amazon. They said condition was very good. But as you can see, there is a rental sticker over the artwork, which really annoys me. And on the back, the sticker is like pretty much ripped off. I wouldn't call that very good condition, personally. It plays fine, but when I saw another copy at the game store, I had to pick it up. That is in much better shape. That's Tetris Attack. Now, I do have a bunch of these little protectors. I've been going back and forth on whether or not I want to have the protectors on. Since it's in a box, it's already going to be protected from the from like dust and stuff. But yeah, better safe than sorry, I suppose. But SNES games, I got Pit Fighter. Now, my brother was dating a girl when he was in high school, and her dad worked at Nintendo, and so they got a whole bunch of stuff from Nintendo, and I actually inherited the Super Nintendo and a bunch of these games from them. From them. Like this one, I got from them, Pit Fighter, and it's got a sticker over the label. That's unfortunate, but it was free from them, and so no complaints. This one I picked up recently at the game store. This is Disney's Aladdin on the SNES, which is different than Disney's Aladdin on the Sega Genesis, which I also have, which we will get to. Bubsy, this one I inherited from them. It's got that sticker on there. Super Mario World, I also inherited from them, but it does not have any stickers, and it's in pretty good shape. It's actually in really good shape, I think. And then Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, is also in good shape. I also inherited this one from them. This one here, Star Trek: The Next Generation. This one has stickers all over it. And it's Nintendo promotional offer, not for resale. That's, again, one that I got from them because her dad worked at Nintendo. Another one, SOS, Sink or Swim. Apparently, this loose cartridge is worth $66. It's a pretty rare game. And I inherited it from them for free. Again, Nintendo promotional offer, not for resale. So, I don't know if that makes it more valuable or less valuable, to be honest. But I think it's pretty cool. I've got Mario Paint, but I don't have the mouse. I'm not sure, but I think the mouse might be required for Mario Paint on SNES. I'm not sure. And this is another one that and all those I inherited from them. This one I inherited from there. Nolan Ryan's Baseball. Again, with that sticker over it. So, yeah. So those are the SNES games I have. I also have Game Boy games, like Game Boy Camera. There's Game Boy Camera. And actually, what I should do is pull out these, because I also have Super Game Boy. I also have Super Game Boy. It's a little munched on the side, but it works just fine. So when I want to play Game Boy games on stream, I can plug this into the SNES and yeah, get a really nice picture from that. So that's really nice to have. Okay, Game Boy. I got Tetris. I've got Street Fighter 2. Quirk. This is a cool puzzle game. This copy is kind of finicky, though, going into the system. I got Wario Land, which is Super Mario Land 3, which is nothing like Super Mario Land 1 or 2, to be honest. Brain Drain. We got Super Mario Land. This is another copy of Super Mario Land that I have, because I actually have 3 copies of this game. The first copy I got from Amazon because I just couldn't find it. I was asking around, looking all over, couldn't find it. Then I ordered it on Amazon, and then just after I ordered it, I found it for much cheaper at the used game store. So I got it at the used game store. And then I found, after that, a really nice, good collectible copy for a good price at another game store. So I have 3 copies of Super Mario Land. Yeah, the other one is right there. This copy is a really good quality copy. Okay, and then Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. That is one of my all-time favorite games. Ninja Turtles Fall of the Foot Clan. I just recently played this for the first time, actually on stream. That was a lot of fun. Kirby's Dream Land. This is a short game, but it is actually quite fun. Bad Mojo Jojo from Powerpuff Girls on the Game Boy Color. It's the one Game Boy Color game that I own. It was $1 at the used game store, so I figured I'd give it a try. It is garbage. It's a horrible game. It really is. Tetris Attack on the Game Boy. I've got Tetris Attack on the SNES, 2 copies, and a copy on the Game Boy. I love this game, and this is really nice to have it portable. It's a really good version of the game. Quicks. This is a fun puzzle game where you draw lines around an enemy. Is essentially what it is. I've got Donkey Kong Land. And I just very recently, picked up Wario Land 2. This is probably my most recent Game Boy pickup, and I have never played this before. So I'm excited to play that one. Micro Machines, another one that I had from when I was a kid. Super Breakout. This is Arcade Classics 2, Centipede and Millipede. It's got, those 2 games, which are essentially the same game. Got 2 empty protective cases. And that's what's in this box. Now, move on to this box here. In this bin, I got Sega Genesis and DS games in the cases. Okay, so Sega Genesis, Airbuster. I have not played this game yet, but it looks like a lot of fun, and I really look forward to digging into that one. It's a space shooter, and I've watched gameplay footage. It looks like a lot of fun. Caesar's Palace. This one was stinking cheap, so I picked it up, and it's garbage. It's not a very good game at all. It's basically a casino simulator, and it doesn't do a good job, particularly. Mickey's Castle of Illusion. I recently picked this one up. I remember playing this at a friend's house when I was a kid, and having fun with it, so I'm excited to have that one in my collection. And then, The Death and Return of Superman. This is actually a really fun fighting game, and they did a really good job with it, I think. Green Dog. I have no clue what to make of this game. I've never played it, but apparently, like, from online reviews, people either love it or hate it. It was a reasonable price, so I picked it up, and haven't played it yet. This one, Kid Chameleon. I've not played this one yet either. I recently picked it up, but it looks like it'll be fun. Mortal Kombat 2. Yeah. If you haven't played Mortal Kombat 2, it's Mortal Kombat 2. Yeah. And I also have Samurai Showdown, which I think is a better fighting game than Mortal Kombat 2. But this one here, Sagaya, is another space shooter that I haven't yet played. I recently picked it up. Looks like a lot of fun. Sonic Spinball. This one's interesting. I think it's a fun game. It does definitely suffer from frame rate issues, but I'm not sure, but possibly the new Sega Genesis Mini have fixed the frame rate issues. I was watching a video of someone playing it on the Sega Genesis Mini, and it looked like the frame rate issues were fixed up. I don't know. See, did I see the Mario Maker 2? Oh, yes, I did see the update. Yeah, I haven't downloaded the update yet, but I did see that they had the update. So I'm really excited to potentially play with friends at some point. Sonic the Hedgehog. This was a really fun game. And I'm a really big fan of the Sonic series on Sega Genesis. So it's really nice to be able to play the original games on the original hardware. And I've got special cords, HD Retrovision component cords that'll go directly into the Genesis to get a really clean signal. And I got a RetroTink 2X up there that I'll show you in a bit when I get to the capture card section. But yeah, I can get a really clean image on my Sega Genesis games from direct original hardware. Sonic the Hedgehog 1, it doesn't have Spin Dash, but it's still a really fun game. I like it a lot. And then Sonic 2 came out, and that improved on everything over the first game. Yeah, I basically got these as they came out. Sonic the Hedgehog was the pack-in title with the Genesis that I got when I was a kid in the early 90s. And then Sonic 3 came out, and Sonic 3 came out like a year before Sonic and Knuckles, which I have here. And you could actually lock in the cartridges, which I will do here. Let's see. Basically, you open up this flap here, and you can plug in Sonic 3 into Sonic and Knuckles. It's essentially a Sega Genesis, and then this goes into the Genesis, and you can play Sonic 3 and Knuckles as one big long game, as it was more intended to be played. That was the original intent with Sonic 3, to be one long game. But due to limitations of the hardware, they had to split it into two games. Taz-Mania. I haven't really played this game. I recently picked it up. Look forward to playing it, though. X-Men. I remember this game being fun as a kid. I rented it a couple of times, if I remember. I recently picked this up at the game store not too long ago, so I look forward to digging into that again. Now, loose cartridges. I've got Bill Walsh College Football. I don't know where that came from. John Madden Football 92. My brother and I had a lot of fun with this one growing up. It's seen better days for sure, but yeah. Now, I've got Road Rash 3 I recently picked up. I played the original Road Rash. That's the one I had growing up, and actually recently ordered it online, so that one is on its way. But I also found Road Rash 3 and Road Rash 2 at the game store, so I look forward to playing those as well. Columns, this was another one that people had for the Sega Genesis. It was a mediocre puzzle game, but it's still, I think it's pretty fun. Yeah, it's not the greatest, but it's not horrible either. Outrun 2019. This one I found recently at a game store, and it being 2019, I kind of had to pick it up. So, yeah, Outrun 2019 found in 2019. I also have Sonic 3D Blast, which is, I think, a fun 3D Sonic game. Like, the only fun 3D Sonic game that I've played. But I haven't played them all, not by a long shot, because after the first or second real big 3D game, like, I saw demos and I played a little demos and I was not impressed. It was just not Sonic. This one at least kind of felt like Sonic still. But it was like an isometric. A lot of people don't like this game, but I like it. I think it's fun. Disney's Aladdin on Sega Genesis. Apparently this one, a lot of people think is a superior game, but I've got it on Genesis and SNES. And they're two entirely different games, because two different companies, two different systems, two different rights managements, which is how it basically worked back in the day. Jeopardy! This one was like dirt cheap, so I picked it up. Genesis 6-pack. This one has 6 games on it. Sonic the Hedgehog, so I guess I have 2 copies of Sonic. Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, Revenge of Shinobi, Columns, so I guess I have 2 copies of Columns, and Super Hang-On. And then, yeah, the Sonic and Knuckles. Then I've got in-case DS games. We've got... Just very recently at a garage sale, I picked up a whole bunch of items. This one was bundled in with the DS stuff that they had. I actually bought a DS Lite and a DSi from them, and also an original Xbox and a PlayStation 2 Slim. And I took those 4 systems and I traded them into the game store. They kind of smelled like smoke, the systems did a little bit, and I was not about to keep those. But that's how I got my 3DS. My 3DS XL at a very reasonable price, because I got those systems at a very reasonable price and got a lot of good trade-in value from them. And then I essentially got a whole bunch of games for free from that garage sale, including Adventure Time for the 3DS, which now I can play because I have a 3DS. And Zookeeper was the other one in case that I got from there. We also have Scribblenauts. This one is for my wife. Yeah, I don't have, let's see, let me check chat real quick. Yeah, sports games are pretty boring. I don't really care for them. But that's what existed back then, and my brother and I found fun ways to play Madden NFL 92. Well, I've been getting Aladdin and Lion King versions on the Switch. I don't know. I'm not sure. Because, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to wait for that and see reviews and stuff. The Quest Trio. This includes Jewel Quest Expeditions, Jewel Quest Solitaire, Mahjong Quest Expeditions. Now, Jewel Quest Expeditions, my wife and I played together when we were first hanging out and when we first started dating. And I don't know what happened to it, but I recently picked this one up, which includes Jewel Quest Expeditions. But yeah, we had a lot of fun playing that together, so that'll be fun to play. My SAT coach, I think that one is for my wife. Escape the Museum, this is another one for my wife. And we know they're my wife's games because the cases are still, like, they're still in the cases. She knows where her games are. I actually have a whole bunch of cases over here. This bin here is my bin of games without, or game cases without the games that I'm trying to fill. I've got empty cases for Brain Age, which was another one for my wife, but for some reason we have Brain Age 2, but not Brain Age. This is the case for Brain Age, but we have the cartridge for Brain Age 2, and I have no clue why. So, yeah. And then Clubhouse Games, Super Mario Brothers, the new Super Mario Brothers. And the reason these cases are all empty is because all of my DS games are in my travel pouch, and I have no clue where my travel pouch went for my DS. I have no clue. No clue. So another empty case for Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword. Super Mario 64 DS. Elite Beat Agents, empty case. Crash of the Titans on Nintendo DS, empty case. Cooking Mama, empty case. I think that one was for my wife. This is a DVD case that I need to find the DVD for. Kung Pao Enter the Fist. It's hilarious. And I can't find the disc. But then, 2 discs I got from the garage sale. Final Fantasy XII and Soul Calibur 2. And the games were not inside. And I didn't realize this until I got home. Inside were other games. Yeah. So, then Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, I sold off in high school. I sold off my Sega Genesis collection. I regret doing so because I've been trying to fill the cases that I've had when I've been building back up my collection. And a few of the cases I don't have games for. This one, I do have the game, but I have another spare case now because the game that I got came with a case. So, I still have a spare case for that. This one I just recently got off of eBay, so it's on its way. And I look forward to filling this case, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. That's the final of the 7 Sonic classic games for Sega Genesis. And I'm excited to have all of them back in my collection when that comes in. Battletoads and Double Dragon. I remember having a lot of fun with this game. It's like a beat-em-up game. And, yeah, but I sold off the game in high school, so I really want to fill that case again. Era the Acrobat is another fun game that I wish I wouldn't have sold off. So, yeah, I'm working on getting a copy of this off of eBay right now. I'm going to see if... I made a lower offer than what they were asking for it, so we'll see if they accept the offer. So those are the games in this bin. And those are my Genesis games. Let's put this back over here. How are you guys enjoying the tour so far? I hope you guys are enjoying it. We've got actually 2 switches. And initially, the idea between having 2 switches was that I could hack one and have one unhacked. So I got one for the purpose of hacking. I made a donation goal on YouTube for $150 to get just the tablet with no other charging cords or power bases for $150 instead of $300 used off of eBay. eBay. So that's how I got that. And when I got it, it was a newer console, so it wasn't actually hackable, because only the older consoles are hackable through the little jig you put inside of the right Joy-Con port. So the older original Switch ended up being the one to hack. All did that selling games in high school and needed the money. Yep, indeed. And I also, this one I really feel bad about because I sold off all the games and a Genesis Nomad. I had a Genesis Nomad, and I sold it off. And I got it for like $60 new at the game store back in the day. And then I sold it, and now they're a collector's item. And they go for like a couple $100. Yeah. And that one hurt, but that's how things go. So, but now, apparently, like the dilemma I had was I wouldn't be able to update the hackable Switch. But now, the new firmware has been hacked. So this has essentially become my Switch and my wife's Switch. Or no, my Switch and my wife's Switch. And yeah, so we have 2 Switches. So that's been really nice because I can still do the hacking, which is the purpose of getting the second one and stuff. This is my wife's DS case. And in her DS case is zip, her games, including a few she recently picked up. Murder in Venice, Lego Harry Potter, years 5 through 7, Brain Age 2. This is the Brain Age 2 that I have no clue. Like, we have the case for Brain Age 1 and the disc, or the cartridge for Brain Age 2. Then she got The Sims 2, and here's Drawn to Life Collection. Yeah. And, yeah, okay, so those are her games. This here, I also got thrown in at the garage sale because I got the DS stuff. Xenoblade Chronicles for the new 3DS. This one I actually cannot play on this 3DS XL because this is not a new 3DS XL. And this is a new 3DS cartridge, so it won't work. Lovely. Luckily, there are only like 14 or 15 new 3DS branded games in existence. So, yeah, I looked through and I probably will never play any of those games. And then I got in here also included was Final Fantasy 3 for DS, Final Fantasy Echoes of Time, and then also Apollo Justice Ace Attorney, which is, I think, the Phoenix Wright series. Professor Layton and the Curious Village was ours that we recently picked up. My Sims Agents we recently picked up as well. That wasn't included in the garage sale, but then these final three were, which is Pokemon Ranger, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team, and also Metroid Prime Hunters. And I think this case is pretty cool. So, yeah, a lot of DS games from there. And then PlayStation games. I actually have 2 copies of Cool Borders 2, because when the PlayStation Classic came out, and it was like $100, and everyone was saying it was horrible, I didn't want to pick one up. So I actually went to the thrift store and found my PlayStation 2 here, now that I have, for like $20. $20. And then a copy of Cool Borders 2, which is on the PlayStation Classic, which I liked. Cool Borders 2 growing up. And, yeah, and this was like $5, so $25, and I was able to play the games that I still had and otherwise were on there, the interesting games. Yeah, for much cheaper. But then the price dropped to $20, and I picked up a PlayStation Classic. But I have 2 copies of this because after I purchased this, I found my copy from when I was a kid. As it goes. As it goes. Because I had a PlayStation growing up. A PlayStation 1. Oh my goodness, I'm dropping all my games. Let's see. Put these back in order. Okay. So, games for the PlayStation. I got Ape Escape, Bloody Roar 2. And this one I had growing up. Cool Borders 2. Cool Borders 3 I recently picked up. Fighter Maker. This one is a really weird one. And, yeah, it's kind of fun. Metal Gear Solid VR Missions. MTV Music Generator, Siphon Filter, Tomb Raider 2, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, and Wheel of Fortune I found for like 99 cents at the thrift store. So, I picked it up and figured, yeah, that sounds like it could be fun. Let's see what late 90s puzzle, mid-90s puzzle shenanigans they had. So those are the PlayStation games, and I have 2 copies of Cool Borders 2. Hold on a second. Need to get these back up here. Alright. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now these drawers are kind of nice because they can also pop out. And let's see, this cord management is kind of weird, but you can kind of squeeze the sides and pop these out. This bin has Xbox games in this bin. We've got, I'm going to go quickly through these. Amped 2, Azuric, Blinks the Time Sweeper. I've never played. I recently picked it up because I was looking online and they said it was really good. A lot of people say this is a really good game. This is like brand new. What do I prefer, Nintendo or Sony? Ooh. Back in the day or current times, I guess would be the question. Because current times, I mean, they have very different purposes. Sony's really good with powerhouse graphics and just a huge epic experience at home with just cutting edge games. But Switch is really versatile, and Breath of the Wild was an amazing game which kind of proves you don't need all that processing power to be still like super really fun games. So yeah, they have really different purposes nowadays. Back in the day, I grew up with Sega Genesis and never really had SNES until we inherited it, but that was kind of like later, and played it a bit. But I played the Genesis mainly. And then PlayStation, I had the PlayStation and played that. So PlayStation back in the day, I guess I would say. But yeah, this one is a brand new copy, but it was cheaper because they opened it. They said that they like when I got it, they said they opened it from its wrapper 2 days ago. And that's why it's like so shiny and new. And I was like, why did you open it if it was unopened? And they said, because no one's going to buy a $50 copy of Blinx the Time Sweeper still in its wrapper, but they will buy an $8 copy out of its wrapper. I was like, fair enough. Bloodwake, I don't think I've ever played that. And then a lot of these, now, some history with Xbox. I had friends that modded Xboxes back in the day, and I came into a lot of their collections after, like, they would mod the Xbox, copy the game, and then they had no more use for the game, so they would give the game to me. And I had like 3 or 4, I still have like 3 or 4 Xboxes around here somewhere that don't work anymore. But a lot of these games were from their collections that I kind of inherited in one way or another. And so I haven't played a lot of these games. But some of them I have. Colin McRae Rally 3 I have not played. Dead or Alive 3 we played a lot of back in the day. It's a fun fighting game. Enter the Matrix I played. I remember having fun with this one. Yeah, you're like in the Matrix and you can like control time and stuff. Fable I never really played. Fusion Frenzy is a fun party game. Like have a lot of people come over and play like video games. This has like a lot of mini games for like party setting. That's Fusion Frenzy. It's a lot of fun. Grand Theft Auto 3 I got from the garage sale very recently, the other day. Halo, haven't played that. Halo 2, haven't played that. Hitman 2, haven't played that. Kung Fu Chaos, I think is like a fighting game, like a cartoony fighting game. I don't remember a lot about it though. Lynx 2004, not played it. I think it's a golf game. Max Payne, I think I remember playing this one and having fun with it. Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne, I don't have a proper case for this one. So, yeah, I would like a proper case for it. Mech Assault. This one I have like 4 copies of, because all of the different collections I inherited all had Mech Assault. Medal of Honor Frontline, I never played. Metal Arms Glitch in the System, have not played. I should be showing like the front of these as well. Midtown Madness 3, I've not played. MLB Slugfest, I've not played. Nightcaster, I have not played. Oddworld Munch's Odyssey, I've not played. I have like 2 copies of that. Outlaw Golf, I love this game. Oh my goodness, more Grim Knight's Heart, thank you so much for the subscription with Twitch Prime. Thank you so much, I really appreciate that. And welcome, good to see ya. How are you doing? I should sell my spare copies. Yes, yeah. All, like, right up here are all the duplicate copies of games that I have. And we will definitely get to that. But Outlaw Golf is a really fun game. Outlaw Golf is a really fun game. I want to figure out what exactly to do with my spare copies. Because, like, going to the game store and trading them in, I'm not going to get nearly as much as if I try to sell them. I might try selling them. Or give them away as gifts if I find people who would actually appreciate having them. But yeah, Outlaw Golf. It's a really fun game. It's hilarious. They have, it's really good golf gameplay. and it's narrated by Steve Carell, and it is hilarious. I love it so much. It is definitely a must play. And then I got Outlaw Golf Holiday Golf, which is like a DLC pack essentially, and Outlaw Golf 9 More Holes of Xmas, which is a Blockbuster exclusive. Yeah. And let me get that back in the case. Bear with me. Okay. And then slide this back in. And the next one out. Okay. Outlaw Golf 2. This is also a fun game. It's basically the first game, but they expanded upon it. Steve Carell did not return as the narrator, but they did get Dave Attell, which is another comedian, and it's also quite fun. And they added a few different game modes like golf cart driving and stuff. So yeah, this is also a lot of fun to play. And then, since I enjoyed Outlaw Golf, I figured I'd get the other Outlaw games in the series, but I haven't played them yet. Like Outlaw Tennis and Outlaw Volleyball and Outlaw Volleyball Red Hot, which is also a Blockbuster exclusive. Go figure. You're doing good? Excellent. I am doing well myself. Then, Prince of Persia. I've got Prince of Persia 2 Thrones. Actually, no. I gotta go in order. Prince of Persia Sands of Time. This is a fun game. I like this game. Have Prince of Persia The 2 Thrones as well. I don't know if I've gotten to this one yet. Prince of Persia Warrior Within, I believe, is the second in the series, and I did play this, and then I got stuck on one of the puzzles, and I don't remember if I went back to it or not. But yeah, I like the Prince of Persia games. They are fun. And then Project Gotham Racing, I haven't played that. Rally Sport Challenge, I've not played. A lot of these have these Microsoft Company Store stickers, because I was actually a receptionist at Microsoft for 13 years before I started streaming, and I know a lot of people at Microsoft, and I inherited a bunch of these games from the employees that were able to shop the company store. These stickers are impossible to get off of the case. Like, they just do not come off. Anyone who has seen these stickers knows of the impossible struggle to remove these. They do not come off. Only one time have I ever seen a video of someone demonstrating a way to remove these, and you essentially have to steam them off with an espresso machine, and it only works with the older ones, not the newer ones, because apparently they got wise and changed the welding on recipe. Rally Sport Challenge, that goes here. Yeah. Robots, this game is based on the movie. I got it for my wife because she likes the movie. It was cheap because it doesn't come with a case. Sega GT 2002 and Jet Set Radio Future. It's a dual disc. I haven't really played either of those. Shenmue 2, I have not played, but apparently it's a really good game. And it comes with Shenmue the movie to catch you up on the events of the first game, if you have not played the first game. Star Wars The Clone Wars and Tetris Worlds dual pack. Not played that one. Test Drive Off-Road Wide Open, I have not played. I really want to play a lot of these games. Simpsons Hit and Run. I just recently picked this up and I tried it out. And, yeah, from what I've seen, it looks like a pretty fun game from the brief time I played with it. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon, not played it. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six 3, not played it. Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, not played it. Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow, not played it. Tony Hawk's Underground 2. Doesn't have the case. Yeah, it was super cheap, so I picked it up. Top Spin, have not played it. Return to Castle Wolfenstein, have not played it. And that's for the Xbox games. Duplicates! Now we're going to go over to the duplicates of the Xbox games, because I've got some duplicates. The Xbox games are by far the most duplicates I have. I've got another copy of Outlaw Golf, as well as another copy of Outlaw Golf without the case. I've got another copy of Outlaw Volleyball without the case, because after I got this, I found one with the case for super cheap, so I had to pick that one up as well. So, Dead or Alive 3, I've got a second copy of. Halo 2, I've got another copy of. Mech Assault and Mech Assault, and Mech Assault without the case, but I do have the booklet. So I've got 4 booklets, 4 copies, and 3 cases for Mech Assault. And then I got a Halo without the box, and a Halo without the box. So I have 3 copies of Halo, even though I've never played it. And then I have a second copy of Final Fantasy X. We haven't gotten to the PlayStation 2 games, but this is the second copy of Final Fantasy X, because the garage sale apparently had 2 copies in the case, and I didn't realize until I got home. And then in the case as well, these are not duplicates. Well, Tony Hawk's Underground 2 for PlayStation 2 also, because I have it for Xbox. This is a PlayStation 2 copy, which I wouldn't have gotten, but it was in the empty case from the garage sale. It was in the case that I now have an empty case for Soul Calibur 2. That's what was in Soul Calibur 2. It was Tony Hawk's Underground 2, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, and another game that I don't remember was in there. Oh, it was, oh yeah, this one, State of Emergency. So, and then inside the Xbox that I got from them, the garage sale, was Dance Dance Revolution Ultra Mix 4. These are not duplicates, except for Final Fantasy X. So now, or Final Fantasy 10. It's Try Halo, and if you like it, there's a new one coming soon. Ooh. Yeah, I should try the Halo games. Let's see. One day, the stream would play a ton of different games and make it 24 hours. Ugh, 24-hour streams are tough. I've done it once, almost twice. But yeah, they are tough. Xbox 360 games. Because now I have an Xbox 360, I've started collecting some Xbox 360 games as I've been able to find them for cheap. So I got Assassin's Creed, and I haven't played a lot of these, because I've just recently started collecting for these. Assassin's Creed, I figured I should get the first one, because I had, like, a couple others that I had gotten for super cheap, so I just recently picked up the first Assassin's Creed. Apparently Assassin's Creed is the... like, a lot of the people who worked on the Prince of Persia games, basically moved on to make Assassin's Creed. So Assassin's Creed apparently has a similar feel to Prince of Persia, but I haven't played them yet. I played a little bit of some of them, and I don't know. I'm willing to give the first one a try to see if I can get into the series, because I also have Assassin's Creed 2 and Assassin's Creed 3. And I picked up Assassin's Creed 2 because it's got Venice. I love Venice. I've been to Venice, Italy, a couple of times. And this one, you can explore around kind of Venice, apparently. So I'm really excited to explore a virtual Venice. Any type of Venice, Italy, I can explore is really fun. I like to do that. I love Venice, Italy. Yeah, Assassin's Creed 3, and also Assassin's Creed Brotherhood I have. And then I picked up Batman Arkham Asylum, the Game of the Year edition, and Batman Arkham City, Game of the Year edition. And I also did, like, they had it on the Epic Game Store, like, last week, they had a free giveaway of the Batman Arkham trilogy. So I was like, sure, I'll take some free games. So I have those 3 games from the Epic Game Store for free from last week as well on my computer. But I haven't downloaded them because I have them here kind of as well. Fusion Frenzy 2 I picked up because I remember the first one was fun. So I wanted to try the second one. And then... Oh. Pinched my finger a little bit. It's okay. No worries. And then... Here we go. And then people apparently really like the Gears of War series, so I figured I would get the first one and give it a try. So I have Gears of War, because it was cheap. Kinect Adventures. My wife and I played this several years ago at a friend's house, and my wife really liked it, so I had to pick this up since we now have an Xbox 360 and a Kinect. This Kinect Disneyland Adventures, because my wife really likes Disneyland. Let's see, one day you'll be able to put glasses on, walk around a VR, instead of in a game, like 5 years, and go to the other side of the world from your chair. I would love to be able to explore a realistic, accurate to the detail Venice, Italy. That would be so, so nice. I'm gonna run out of space for my game soon. Yeah, I've had to get a little creative for the games already. This one I don't have a case for, but it's a Lego Indiana Jones, the original Adventures. I found this for 99 cents at the thrift store, so I picked it up. Because it's 99 cents. You don't say no to 99-cent games that that are worth more than 99 cents. Mass Effect. Haven't played that one either, but I figured it was cheap. Give it a try. Mirror's Edge. I've heard good things about this, so I picked this up since it was cheap. And then, since I like the series, I got Prince of Persia for the 360, and also Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands for the 360. So, I have, like, all the Prince of Persia games, I think. And the nice thing about collecting older systems is because a lot of the games are so stinking cheap. Xbox 360 games are so stinking cheap now. It's really nice. Red Dead Redemption, a special edition, I picked up because apparently the series is really good. This one, which one is this? Skate 3. This one was inside of the, where was it? It was inside of something. Oh yeah, it was inside of this Xbox 360 that I got for $10 at the thrift store. Was Skate 3. So for $10 I got an Xbox 360 and Skate 3. Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection for Xbox 360. I had really high hopes for this one because this one actually includes Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. It's like the only collection that is on a system that has HDMI out, that has Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles on it. Nowadays, not even on the new Genesis Mini do they have Sonic 3 or Sonic and Knuckles. And because they don't release those games anymore for collections. But I gave it a try, and you're not able to digitally lock on Sonic 3 to Sonic and Knuckles. So already that's like, well, you can't play them as intended. That's not cool. And there's so much input lag that they're unplayable anyway. So what a waste. Very unfortunate. Hugely disappointed with it. You're going to go to sleep. All right, take care. It was good having you more, Grim Nights Hard. Thanks for hanging out. Hope to see you again soon. Do I have a cold? Well, maybe, kind of. My wife has been homesick for the last few days, and I've not... I don't think I'm sick, but I've been around her lately, so I might be getting sick. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah. And then, so that's the Xbox 360 games. PlayStation 2. We got Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex. Dave Mirra, Freestyle BMX 2. This one my brother had, because my brother had PlayStation 2 growing up, but then I kind of inherited the game from him. This one was at the garage sale, Final Fantasy X, which I have this second copy over here of, because there were 2 copies of the game inside the case. Yeah, go figure. And then Final Fantasy X2, or 10-2? Or Final Fantasy X2, I don't know. Yeah, so, Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy, I have not played. But I heard Jak and Daxter series is good, so I picked up some Jak and Daxter games. Jak 2, Jak 3, that doesn't have the case, which is a bummer, because the store I bought it from now has a copy with the case, but I don't want to buy it again. Yeah. Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. This was the very first PlayStation 2 game that I purchased, actually, at the thrift store when I picked up my PlayStation 2. Because I wanted to make sure that the thing worked, because it didn't come with any cords. When I picked up the PlayStation 2 at the thrift store, it didn't come with any cords, so I had to bring it over to the game store, test it out, see if it worked, and then buy cords for it. Yeah, but it worked. Cool. Metal Gear Solid. And Metal Gear Solid 2. And Metal Gear Solid 3. Now, this is technically a PlayStation game, even though it's in the PlayStation 2 section. But it was part of a box set. It's so it's got the DVD style case along with 2 and 3, and it's like, yeah, it's part of a box set, 1, 2, and 3, so I don't want to separate them out for the collection. Yeah. MTV Music Generator 3, I found cheap without the case. And then Ratchet & Clank is another series I heard good things about, so I picked up some of the games. Ratchet & Clank Going Commando. Ratchet & Clank. Actually, that should be right here. Clank Going Commando. Ratchet Deadlocked, I picked up. And Ratchet & Clank Up Your Arsenal. Real Pool, I think I also inherited from my brother from back in the day. And then, let's put that back in. Pull out the next one. Okay, a couple more games I got from the garage sale was Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil Code Veronica X, or Resident Evil X Code Veronica? No, Resident Evil Code Veronica X. Okay, yeah. And I've only played one Resident Evil game, and it was through the PlayStation Classic. Oh, and a funny thing about Cool Borders 2, forgot to mention. When I did finally get a PlayStation Classic, they had the PAL version of Cool Borders 2. This is the NTSC. They had the PAL, so it runs weird, and it doesn't have any sound effects, and the music is not the same either. And it's really strange. It's not the right version on the PlayStation Classic. It's really weird, yeah. But Spider-Man 2 for the PlayStation 2. And Tekken Tag Tournament. This one was at the garage sale as well. And then we have the Wii games. The Wii games. America's Next Top Model. I did a couple of streams of that one, and that was hilariously horrible. And it was pretty funny because it was so bad. De Blob. That was for my wife. She likes that game. Donkey Kong Country Returns. I've not played. I picked it up because it looks like it would be fun. Haven't gotten a chance to play it though. Drawn to Life: The Next Chapter. Doesn't have the case, but that was for my wife because she likes the Drawn to Life series. Epic Mickey and Epic Mickey 2 I got for my wife. Fling Smash. The only reason we have this is because it was bundled with a Wiimote Plus, and it was cheaper than just buying a Wiimote. Or it was the same price as a Wiimote, plus you get a game, so we got the game because it had the Wiimote in it. Lexi Gwen, welcome. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. You love collecting games for the Wii? Nice, nice. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, Fling Smash. Gallop and Ride. This game I actually played on stream in the YouTube days. For April Fool's Day, this is the game that I played on April Fool's Day, Gallop and Ride. And we were grooming the horse, and yeah, it was hilarious. And the VOD is available if you go to my YouTube channel, and then playlists. Yep, and then Guinness World Records, the video game. Some of these games I got because I thought they would be hilariously bad and really fun to stream, such as Hannah Montana, the movie, for the Wii. Yeah, Jillian Michaels Fitness Ultimatum 2009, because we have the Wii Fit board, but I haven't played that. Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. I haven't gotten to this one yet because I was turned off by Twilight Princess. I have Twilight Princess HD, and I got a certain point through here, and then I switched to the HD because it's HD, but the game is actually reversed because they didn't, like, the original Twilight Princess is a GameCube game. Oh yes, I do have a YouTube channel, yes! The original Twilight Princess is a GameCube game, and then they ported it to the Wii, and they didn't, like, they wanted to incorporate the motion controls, and so they wanted everyone to use their right hand. So Link in the original game was left-handed, so the way they made Link right-handed was they reversed everything in the game. So the map is mirrored image, just so people could slash with their right hand instead of their left hand. How stupid is that? Yeah, and so, when they made Twilight Princess HD, they swapped it back to the original. And so I was lost. Everything was just reversed. And it was really difficult to get back into it. So, then I didn't even get to Skyward Sword because I didn't get through Twilight Princess. Star Wars, or Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga. The Lego games are pretty fun. They're just nice, chill collectathons that I can play with my wife. Monster Hunter 3 Try, or Monster Hunter Try, even though it's got a big 3 right there. Yeah, I could not get into this game. I actually have the Ultimate version, Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. I could not get into it. It's so stinking slow. Yeah, Monster Hunter games are just so stinking slow. And then I have Prince of Persia, The Forgotten Sands for Wii. And I have Prince of Persia, Rival Swords for the Wii. More Prince of Persia games. So many Prince of Persia games. And Per Pals. Per Pals I played as a joke on YouTube as well. And it was hilarious. It was fun, yeah. Shaun White Snowboarding World Stage. I got because it was super cheap. Haven't really played it, though. Star Wars The Force Unleashed. I don't know why or how I got that one. Super Mario Galaxy. Love this game. Love it so much. Super Mario Galaxy. Yeah. What's my favorite Wii game? Actually this one. Super Mario Galaxy 2. That's my favorite Wii game. Yeah, Super Mario Galaxy is really good. Super Mario Galaxy 2, I think, edges it out, though. It's so fun. That's my favorite Wii game, Super Mario Galaxy 2. We also have Super Paper Mario. We got this expecting for me to like it, but then my wife really got into it, and she really likes it. And I haven't actually really played it. I watched her play some of it, and I was like, this is much more RPG than I was thinking it would be when we got it. So, yeah, it kind of became her game. And we have Wii Fit because we have the Wii Fit board. And then, like, the Wii system that we have is the red one, which is the bundle version with New Super Mario Bros. Wii. So that's why I have this in a cardboard sleeve instead of an actual case, because it was the pack-in with the system. And we got the red Wiimote, but it doesn't work anymore because batteries got corroded inside, unfortunately. And there's the booklet for New Super Mario Bros. Wii. And then here's Wii Sports. which might have also been a pack-in title. I'm not sure. But then, let's see. Me and my wife have similar tastes in games. Well, she's not really a gamer, so she likes games that don't really ask a lot of her, like the Lego games. The Lego games don't really ask a lot from the player, and so she enjoys it. But she loves Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is her favorite game. It is my favorite game. Breath of the Wild is amazing. She really likes exploring in Breath of the Wild. And she likes The Sims. Like, Sims 2 she really likes. She plays that one a lot. And Minecraft. Which I don't really like The Sims 2 or Minecraft. So yeah, she has pretty different tastes. She's not really a gamer. She doesn't play many games. We like some of the same games, like Professor Layton series on the DS we both like. Some games we very much don't enjoy together. So, yeah. Okay, let's see. Final bin. The final bin, we've got these are the Wii U games now. We've got The Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess HD, which is reversed from the other one. Yeah, Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker HD. I did actually play through this one all the way on stream. Here's Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate without a case, and I just could not get into it. It's so stinking slow. It lost my interest pretty much forever for the series, honestly. It was so boring. New Super Mario Bros. U. I've only played this once, but not this copy. I actually played it over at Jesse Mercury's house on Jesse Mercury's stream, because he had it, and that's the game he wanted to play when I came over for a dual stream over at his place. So yeah, over on YouTube. Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge. I have streamed this one a bit for my patrons over on the Patreon streams. Super Mario 3D World, I have 100%ed it on stream, and oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, that game has some problems. There is a lot to like about it, but there's a lot to not like about it as well, I will say. Yeah. Is my wife a Mario Bros. Fan? Kind of. I mean, not really, actually, no. She plays it when I play it. She plays it to participate, but then she doesn't really enjoy it much. Yeah. Super Mario Maker. This is the first one for the Wii U. I hated this game. Yeah. And if not for getting a free copy for the Switch, I would not have gotten it for the Switch, the sequel. Yeah. But I actually enjoyed well enough the sequel, oddly enough. This game is garbage. The sequel, not so much. Garbage. Yeah, not so much garbage, the sequel. This one is garbage, though. Yeah. Yoshi's Woolly World. This one is more for my wife. I played some of it. I got to World 2, and, everything's the same. It's just all the same, and, it just became so tedious that I stopped playing it. Next up is GameCube games. Got Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. That is my wife's game. I've got Outlaw Golf for the GameCube. Because at the time that I wanted to play it recently, I actually streamed this copy for my patrons on Patreon. Because I didn't have a working Xbox at the time. So I had to get this and play this on the GameCube. I also have on the GameCube Prince of Persia Sands of Time, which I also have on the Xbox. And Prince of Persia Warrior Within, which I also have on the Xbox. Sonic Gems Collection. This one has Sonic CD, Sonic Fighters, and Sonic R. And Sonic 2, Sonic Spinball, Sonic Triple Trouble, Sonic Drift 2, Tails Sky Patrol, and Tails Avenger. A lot of games I hadn't played or even heard of, so I figured I'd pick it up because Sonic, 2D Sonic-wise, but not on the Genesis stuff. And then, this one, Sonic Mega Collection. I think it's the Mega Collection Plus, I'm not sure. Maybe just Mega Collection. This one is the one with all the games. Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic Spinball, and Dr. Robotnik's Mean Machine. That is the 7. And this one is really cool because you can digitally lock Sonic 3 into Sonic and Knuckles and play it as Sonic 3 and Knuckles all the way through. And I don't remember this one having any input lag. The bummer is that the GameCube does not have HDMI out. So it's not a very good image. And that is the problem with that. But I have all those games now for the Sega Genesis again, and I can play through the classic Sonic games with a good quality from the Sega Genesis on original hardware, which is the way they should be played. So that's really nice. But this one is nice just to have digital and like a all-in-one place to play through. And I have streamed this one when I did my like way back in the earlier YouTube days. I did a marathon where I did Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles, and Sonic Mania, all back to back to back to back to back in a little over 9 hours. I did this disc and then switched over to the Switch. And that's why I did that one. And that one, also the VOD is available on YouTube in the playlist as well, if anyone is interested in that. Super Mario Sunshine, I never grew up with this game, but I got it a few years ago for the very first time. And I gotta say, not having nostalgia, a lot of things in this game did not age very well. I enjoy a lot of things about it, but a lot of things I really don't enjoy. Like, the camera is backward, and you cannot change it. And that's really unfortunate. It's a real big bummer. A real big flaw. Now, the Switch games. We've got... Let's see. How do I want to do this? Okay. We got Civilization 6. Civilization 6. We recently picked this one up. This is for my wife. She wanted to play the series, so we picked this one up at the used game store for a reasonable price. That one's hers. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. I streamed a lot of this, but since I did 8 hours back to back to back, I got pretty tired of it after just a few sessions, after a few streams. Yeah, and I haven't been back to that one. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. I loved Crash Bandicoot games growing up. Like, Crash Bandicoot Warped was my favorite growing up with the original PlayStation. And I can't find my copy of it. I don't know where it went. But it's really nice to have it on the Switch to be able to play those again. And I have streamed through all 3 of these games. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze I have also streamed. And I over 100% of this one. But I didn't 200% it. But yeah, this was a fun one. Skyrim. I got a gift card for Christmas one year, and I used it to get Skyrim on the Switch. I would not recommend Skyrim on the Switch. It was my first experience with Skyrim, and I gotta say, I'm not really a fan. Like, the whole time I was like, but Breath of the Wild did this differently, and it did it better. And Breath of the Wild this, Breath of the Wild that. Why can't it be more like Breath of the Wild? It just made me want to play Breath of the Wild. Bruno, welcome. Good to see you. Turn the camera around to the rest of the room. Quite a lot of games. Oh, yes. We can go over the room again. We did at the beginning. Once we get through the game, this is the last bin. I'll show you the room setup again. Yeah. So Skyrim, I just couldn't get into. The field of view is really narrow, and it's really awkward moving around. I might revisit this one eventually someday. Yeah. Might revisit this one eventually someday, but I don't know. Breath of the Wild, my favorite game of all time. It is amazing. If you have not played this, you absolutely should. It's so good. I love it. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. This is my wife's game. I'm not interested in it. It looks well made and got some good humor, but I don't like strategy games so much. But she really enjoys it. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, another game for my wife. I'm not really a big fan of the Mario Kart series, personally. Monopoly for Nintendo Switch. My wife won't play this with me anymore because she doesn't like the rules that they have in-game, and I tend to take advantage of the rules, and she also has the same options for taking advantage of the rules, but chooses not to for some reason. So I end up usually winning, and she usually gets frustrated saying, the rules shouldn't be like that. Yeah, so Rime, this one is a fun one. It's got some frame rate issues on the Switch, but it's, yeah, not a deal breaker, I think. But yeah, this one I would recommend. It's a fun game. It's an enjoyable game that has very interesting stuff in it. I can't really say any more without spoiling it. Sega Genesis Classics on Switch. Over 50 classic games, and many of them are not playable because of input lag, as is the problem with the the collections that are on systems with HDMI. For some reason, they just have so much input lag. I have a digital copy, and I'll give you an example. I have a digital copy of Sonic the Hedgehog on the Switch from the Sega Ages collection, digital. Sonic the Hedgehog is also in this collection. This collection has input lag, and the other one doesn't, like noticeable input lag. So this one is not playable, the other one is. This one also does not have Sonic 3 or Sonic and Knuckles, as they never show up anymore on collections. It's a major bummer. Super Mario Odyssey. I love this game. Anyone who's been around sees me play this a lot. Yeah. You might play Rime one day. I would recommend it. Yeah, it's good. It is not terribly long. It is long enough for sure. But, yeah, it's definitely a good play. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. We bought this so that I could get the Super Mario cereal. And Super Mario cereal is the only amiibo that I own. Yeah. Yeah, I just could not find the cereal anywhere. And then one day, my wife overheard someone saying the Amazon truck had Super Smash Bros. Ultimate bundled with the cereal. So she got a copy of this to get me the cereal for Christmas. So now we have this. And she's actually been playing it with the coworkers at work and having some fun with it. And I'm not interested in the slightest. I am not a Smash Brothers dude. But she's been enjoying it, so that's nice. Those are the Switch games. Let me get these back into the box real quick. Those are the physical copies. And this is my physical collection. We also have some digital games on the Switch and all of that. But I'm not going to go into the digital games in the collection, really, because I don't really consider those as part of the collection of games. Physical is the way to collect games, not digital. Okay, PS4. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I have not played this. Oh, well, I did play a little bit of it, just to see what I would think. I think it could be fun, but I haven't really gone back to it yet. Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition. I did stream this one. I had a lot of fun with it. I didn't quite complete the game because people stopped watching. I had nobody watching. Like, 3 streams in of this game and no one else, no one showed up anymore. So I stopped streaming it and then stopped playing it. Yeah, that was a bummer. Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. I don't have the Ground Zeroes. And I'm considering getting just the Complete Edition, since it's $20 new, the Complete Edition. I might just do that. Shadow of the Colossus. This one is a fun one. This is the remaster of a PS2 game. And I did stream this one, and I went through the whole game, and I had a lot of fun with it. It was interesting figuring out the ways to take down the creatures, and nice little puzzle and action, and yeah, it was cool. I liked it. Spider-Man. This one was bundled with the PS4 Slim that I got for Thanksgiving during the Black Friday sale. I got the PS4 Slim bundled with this game for $200. That was a good deal. Yeah, it was a really fun game. Star Wars Battlefront Deluxe Edition. This one I have not really much interest in. I got it as a gift for Christmas, and they don't really know my tastes in games. Yeah, but I guess, I'm willing to try it. I'm willing to try it, but yeah, I don't know. And then The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Complete Edition. I've heard amazing things about this game, and I have not yet played it, but I would really like to at some point. So, those are all of my physical games. Those are all of my physical games. So, I'll show you now again the room. This is my stream setup. Okay, so there I am. Hello, hello. You can see the green screen on the wall here. I got PVC pipe. I made a PVC pipe frame and just stretched some green fabric I got from the fabric store around this PVC pipe, taped it onto the frame, and hung it up over the rafters. And so I can actually remove that and move it around if I need to. I've got a couch here. This couch is what I streamed, like, until just a couple of months ago when I got this chair. This couch is what I was streaming on for a year and a half. I was on this couch streaming. It was not comfortable for long periods of time streaming. So I'm glad I have this chair, even though this chair is not the greatest. I have a sheet on here because the stitching on the armrests are kind of weird. Yeah. But I've got my computer. There's OBS. And there's my system. I stream from an MSI laptop. And this laptop can do fun things with the keyboard colors. I like having this here because the delete button, instead of being where it should be, is over here. So I have it colored differently, so I know this is delete. Yeah. And then I've got a 4K Panasonic camcorder that I stream from. Like, that's my face cam that I use. And that is running into an Elgato HD60S, which runs into the computer. I also have a second Elgato HD60S, which, there's foot reveal, Elgato HD60S, which is usually sitting up here, which is what the switch plugs into, then goes out to the TV and goes into the computer. Oh yeah, over here, these are my various capture cards. The Elgato HD60S, of course. This one is a RetroTink 2X. This one, like, is really good for the retro systems, like the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo, because I have component cords that'll take, like, the RGB signal from those systems, convert them to component. This will go component in and convert it to mini HDMI and upscale it by 2. So that's why it's RetroTink 2X. You get a really clean output from the original consoles. Is really nice. Is really nice. Where do I keep my SN? What is SN? Snacks while streaming. Oh yeah, snacks while streaming. I just kind of toss them on the couch here. Yeah. This here is gaffer's tape. I put my drink here, so it's got kind of a protective barrier from tipping over. This is a little more stable than just having it on the couch. Yeah, so that's where I put my drink. Snacks are just on the couch usually. I also have an AverMedia component because the RetroTink 2X, while it's good for signals that are 240p, that it'll upscale to 480p, then go into the Elgato HD60S. The Elgato does not like 480i signals or any other stuff. And the RetroTink doesn't like anything 480i or 480p or anything above. So this thing is good for, like, the Xbox and the PlayStation 2 to some extent, because the PlayStation 2, a lot of the games are 480i, and the Elgato doesn't like 480i, so this doesn't really help with that, which I got something over here, this thing, and this thing is going to be returned, actually. This is an upscaler, so it can take a 480i signal and upscale it, which would then put it into a usable signal for the Elgato, except the image quality is garbage, so I'm returning it to Amazon. I also have this, which is a composite to HDMI. Is really cheap, and now that I have... Yeah, it's really cheap and low quality, so now that I have the RetroTink, which also has composite, component, and S-Video, I don't really need this one anymore so much. But this one also upscales, and yeah, I don't know, I'm holding on to it just in case. HDMI splitter. I got this HDMI splitter because this particular model, people were saying, has an inadvertent ability to strip the HDCP out of a signal by doing the handshake with one side of the splitter but not the other. But this model is the updated version and it doesn't work, which is a bummer. HDCP is garbage. It is so intrusive. Like, my phone can output HDMI over a USB to HDMI converter, but everything is HDCP protected. And so if I wanted to share a photo album with you guys or something like that, I wouldn't be able to because of stinking HDCP copy protection. I hate HDCP, and any way that I can find to get rid of it would be very welcome, because I don't want to do illegal things with stripping out the copy protection. I just want to get around the copy protection that shouldn't be there in the first place. So I haven't found a way to do that yet. Yeah, let's see, isn't the face cam usually in front of the TV when I am sitting? So, the face cam is right here, and here's kind of how it works. Like, it's pointing this way, toward the green screen, toward the chair. When I sit down, this is kind of what you see. Like, hey! Like, this is my view. This is my Zoom H2n that I have, okay? And, yeah, this is... So I'll see the computer, I'll see the camera, I'll see the TV, and that's where I'm playing the games on. And over here is my ring light that shines behind me, mostly onto the green screen, and a little bit onto me, but the idea is that the shadows get cast onto the wall more than onto the green screen, so that the green screen is evenly lit for a nice clean key out. Phil Fantastic, welcome. How much the ring light sent me back? I don't remember. Let me actually look. I can look that up real quick. You can get it for cheaper nowadays, because I got it a couple of years ago, actually. Like a few years ago. Let me see. I got it off of Amazon. So, let me actually not show you my Amazon screen. Orders. Ring light. Oh my gosh. It's not going to tell me how much I paid for it. Well, the current price is $70. Yeah, $70 you can get it on Amazon. And let me actually share the link. Here we go. Here's the link to the ring light. You can get it for $70 on Amazon. Yeah, so... Yeah, I do have a lot of room, and when people come over, I can actually move my chair out and scoot this couch in, and that's actually what I did when I played Tetris Attack with Turnt MOSFET. When Turnt MOSFET came over, that's how we did it, yeah. So, this is my view. It looks like the TV is really far away. That's because this is a really wide-angle lens. Look how long my arm looks. Does my arm look ridiculously long? Yeah, it's a really wide-angle lens. but is not. I mean, it's across the room, but it's a 49-inch TV. It's mounted to the wall. I can pivot it and move it closer to the wall or further out from the wall. Yeah, but yeah, I can move that chair out, scoot the couch in. When I want to set up something other than the Switch, I put it down there. And I have over here 2 drawers. These drawers will roll. And in the drawers are the various system components. Like, this is the Wii U drawer. When I want to play Wii U, I just grab this drawer completely out, bring it over there. It's got the cords, it's got the controllers. I hook everything up. When I'm done, break it down, put it back in here. There we go. Let's get it in there. If I want to play original Xbox, I pull this one out. It's got the controllers and the cords. Just hook it up over there. Each drawer is essentially its own system, and that's how I have things set up. Down here is cleaning supplies, isopropyl alcohol, and Goo Gone, as well as some cotton swabs, or cotton balls rather, and I have some cotton swabs over here. In this bin, I also have a trash bin for, because I want to keep everything tidy, so, yeah. I usually slide that closer to where I'm sitting for when I'm streaming. In here are all the different consoles. Let's see. Catch up with the chat a little bit. Indeed, Goo Gone. Yeah, so I got original Xbox, PS3. No, not PS3. Xbox 360, PlayStation Classic, PS4 Slim, Retron 5. I got the SNES, Sega Genesis with high definition graphics. This is the Wii U and the Wii and the PlayStation 2. Those are the consoles. I also have handhelds, which are in this drawer. Got Open Pandora. I've got DS Lite. My Game Boy, my original Game Boy is in this sock, and the Game Boy printer is in this sock. I also have a 3DS XL right here. 2 switches. And, yeah, that's essentially my setup. The game. I got another light over here because I want to fill in the shadow that's on my face when this light is coming to my face. Okay, that sounded really wrong. So this light here, that light over here, and yeah, plenty of room. This place is a lot cleaner than it usually is because we had turned MOSFET over, but it's clean enough that we can actually do Kinect stuff with the Xbox 360 Kinect, so that's really nice. Yeah. You plugged in your Genesis today? Didn't look that bad? Ooh, nice. Nice. I do have a 3DS now. Yes, I went to a garage sale. Let's see. I think what we can do, now that I've shown everything off, I think what I can do is try this. Test. Okay, you guys can hear me? Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. Is my room a spare bedroom for streaming? No, this room actually is the living room. This is the living room, the TV room. And, wait, let me turn this back on. That over there is actually, like, the blinds over there for the back door, leading out to the back door. And... Oh. Yeah, and okay, there's no more echo. Yeah, back door, and then the kitchen's that way, and then through that way is the family room with like the fireplace and everything, and then the bedroom's over that way. Okay, here we go. So, stadium voice. So yeah, I do have a 3DS. The story behind that is that over the weekend, I went on to Craigslist and I found a local garage sale, and the garage sale looked like it had a bunch of video game stuff. So I went down, and even though the SNES was gone, they still had a bunch of stuff. They had an original Xbox, a PlayStation 2 Slim, a DS Lite, a DSi, some games for the DS stuff, and yeah. Let's see. And actually, yeah, this case and various games for the DS, including some Pokemon games, feel fantastic. Do you have these? Have you played these? Are these good Pokemon games? Pokemon Rangers and Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Blue something or other. Blue Rescue Team. You don't have Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team? Would you be interested? Oh. It's a little baby mode. Okay. So you would not be interested. Okay. Thanks for streaming. Tour is great. Oh, no problem. Yeah, and James, welcome. Good to see you. A game is a game. Nice. I also got Xenoblade Chronicles, but this is for the new Nintendo 3DS. And so I don't have, like, the 3DS XL I have is not a new 3DS XL. And so I can't actually play Xenoblade Chronicles because I don't have the right 3DS. Yeah. So there's the story behind that. But I also got a couple of Final Fantasy games. Final Fantasy 3 and Final Fantasy Echoes of Time. Yeah. And Metroid Prime Hunters First Hunt was included in the garage sale as well. And Ace Attorney was also included in the garage sale. And then Professor Layton of Curious Village was ours already, as was My Sims Agent. Yeah, Final Fantasy 3 for DS. Nice. So I got all these consoles, a bunch of games, and then a whole bunch of the Xbox and PlayStation 2 and Xbox 360 games that you saw in my collection. Like, I got a lot of games, a lot of consoles from this garage sale, and they were smokers, so the systems were a little smelly, but I went to my game store and I traded them in and got enough trade-in value to get the 3DS XL. And so that's how I got the 3DS XL. I paid $115 for all the consoles and a whole bunch of games, and then I traded in only the consoles, and I got enough to get the 3DS XL, which they were charging $130 for. I got like $141 in store credit from just the consoles. So I have a whole bunch of games and a 3DS XL for $115. I think that's a pretty good deal. Yeah. You're tempted by the Phoenix Wright trilogy on Switch? Ooh, there's a Phoenix Wright trilogy. Ooh. I'm really tempted by the Professor Layton game that's going to be coming to Switch. It's a remaster, I guess, of one of the DS games, but what's the 3D XL? 3DS XL is this system here. It is this system here. I won't be able to show off the 3D functionality, but yeah, it's basically a DS, but you can put it in 3D. Yeah, let's wait for it to turn on. And again, I won't be able to like show off the full 3D effect, but you can slide this slider and it actually turns from 2D to 3D. You can kind of see that double image. In real life, that would look 3D. Yeah. So, yeah, I have a 3DS XL now. And I'm not sure. This kind of has some issues detecting the game sometimes. So, yeah, I don't know. And detecting the SD card. House of the Dead 1 and 2 is also coming to the Switch. Ooh, interesting. I've not played any of those games. But yeah, so the garage sale was a very good find, and I got some stuff. Got some stuff from them, and was able to use that stuff to get other stuff and stuff. So, yeah. It was a good find. That's my setup. That's a tour of the room. That's a tour of the setup. Those are all of my physical games that I have and have been able to find. I really want to be able to find my pouch of DS games from back in the day. They're in a travel pouch somewhere, and I don't know where they are. As well as some Xbox games, I don't know where they are. But I have recently filled up the other cases because I found cheap disc-only versions at the game stores, and I filled up pretty much all of those cases now. There might be some games still that I don't have cases for in that somewhere, but I don't know. Like 2 hours looking for your watch today. Oh, man. Is the next gaming stream going to be? I'm not sure exactly, because my wife has been homesick, and I've been kind of looking after her for this week, which is, yeah, it's really too bad I haven't been able to stream. I've been wanting to stream, and it's been a tough time finding the time to be able to stream, so it's really nice to be able to do this stream here, even though it's a shorter stream. I've been going for 2 hours, but we went through my entire collection, so if you guys missed any of that and you want to see all of the physical games that I have, and all of the systems I have, and all of the setup that I have, and everything as it is, definitely look through the VOD again, and I might highlight this onto YouTube as well, for anyone who's interested. And check out my Twitch channel at The Tea Lounge, TheTealounge. Anyone who's watching this on YouTube, check me out on Twitch. This is where I stream now. I know I used to stream on YouTube, but I stream on Twitch now. I do non-live stuff still on YouTube every once in a while. But yeah, I'm definitely going to put this onto YouTube, yeah. And so yeah, that's my game collection that I've been trying to build. I've kind of, I guess, started collecting a little bit, and yeah, that's what I have so far. I have a couple of things also on order that are on their way, like a Game Boy Color that the sound doesn't work apparently, but it comes bundled with games, including Game Boy Camera and a few others that I got off of shopgoodwill.com. You can do like auction stuff from Goodwill. And yeah, so that should be arriving tomorrow. So I'll have a Game Boy Color that hopefully I'll be able to fix and get working. And yeah, and I got a couple more Genesis games to fill some of those empty boxes I have for my Genesis collection. But yeah, I would love to do like more streams of more of these games, because I have so many of these games I have not had the opportunity yet to play, because people only seem to want to watch me play Super Mario Odyssey or Super Mario Maker or Super Mario, but I really want to be able to play more of these games, and the only way I can really justify playing more of these games is to stream more of these games. So I hope that you guys would be interested in seeing me stream some of these other games, because I think that'd be a lot of fun discovering a lot of these games that are in my collection already for the first time. See someone rewire an earbud into a Game Boy to fix the sound? Really? Okay, so, yeah. I think it's definitely fixable. It's got to be fixable. Yeah. The thing said it turns on, but it doesn't have any sound. So, yeah. I'm banking on it being fixable. And then, yeah. And then that might be my travel Game Boy, so I can bring some of my Game Boy games on the road without risking my original Game Boy getting damaged or lost or such, because that original Game Boy is more and more, like, as I'm starting to collect, that original Game Boy I have is looking more and more like a collector's item, if that makes sense. Yeah, it works perfectly, and I don't want to risk it not anymore, if that makes sense. When I get them, yes, I'll definitely show them off. Yes, they'll be coming in tomorrow. I don't know when, and I will try to stream tomorrow at some point, but I don't know if I'll be able to, and I don't know if they'll come in at that time, but because I got some other stuff, including the premiere, if you guys are interested, the premiere of the new Packcast podcast is going to be coming out tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Daylight. Pacific Daylight we're still in, yeah. 4 p.m. Pacific Time is going to be the Packcast premiere. So definitely you guys should, if you haven't followed the Game Pack, you should definitely go over to this link, the Game Pack, subscribe, watch the premiere at 4 p.m. Pacific tomorrow, and that'll be the podcast premiere. So it's going to be a recorded content that we will be in the chat for, interacting with everyone as the podcast goes, and we can kind of like get your opinion on things and interact. It's going to be a lot of fun, so you guys should definitely check it out. Yes, this video will be over on YouTube. I will highlight this and post it over to YouTube as soon as I can. As soon as I can once it ends. Other than that, yeah, so depending on whether I stream before or after the podcast will probably determine whether or not I have the Game Boy in my possession at that point during the stream, or if I even get to stream at all. I'm not entirely sure yet. But yeah, what other games are coming in with that? Let's see. Let me check that out. I can tell you exactly what games, because there's going to be another Game Boy camera. I'm really curious to pop in the Game Boy camera and see what pictures might be on it. I'm very curious. Let's see here. Shop Goodwill.com. And I'm not sure actually if I'll be able to see what games and stuff. Can I search by item number? I don't know. Alright, see you in a bit, Phil. Let's see, where... Will I be... Okay, here we go. Here are the games. So it's an Atomic Purple Game Boy Color, which it says that looks like condition. kept in good condition by previous owner, powers on and runs, but no sound. For parts/repair. So hopefully I'll be able to repair it to get the sound working. The games are Test Drive 3 Off-Road, Mission Impossible, and Mission Impossible looks like it's a Game Boy Color game. DuckTales for original Game Boy, Bomberman, Spy vs. Spy for Game Boy Color, Frogger, Tetris DX, Game Boy Camera, and it comes with an extra battery pack and charging cord and carrying case. So yeah, that's what's coming in. A few of those games look interesting to me, and I'm really interested to see what's on that Game Boy camera. See, who else might have taken pictures? What kind of pictures might they have taken on this Game Boy camera? And who knows how long ago they may have taken the pictures. It's going to be really exciting to see if there's anything on there even. I don't know. Yeah, but that'll be a lot of fun. And then there was another thing that I recently got as well. Another auction on there. And where is that one? That one is going to be... Let's see. This one, here we go. I got a collection of Genesis games that's on its way as well. And the Genesis games are Road Rash, which I'm excited to get the first Road Rash. I have Road Rash 2 and 3. I'm excited to get the first Road Rash. Also, Aladdin. I'll have a second copy of Aladdin for Sega Genesis. I'll have a second copy of Sonic 2 for Sega Genesis. And then I'll have NBA Jam, which I remember being a fun basketball game. And then also NFL... What is it? Let's see. What is it? List is NFL something. NFL Quarterback Club is the other one. So the duplicates, I think I might be able to get some good trade-in or be able to resell so that I'll be able to make up the low cost that I spent on the collection at all. So, yeah. So, basically, I get this collection, I keep the games I want, I resell the games I don't want, and I should be able to basically get some really cheap games off of this. Yeah. Forgato 2, welcome back. Good to see ya. So, so that was that. And then I also got a few games off of eBay. The eBay games that are coming in, it looks like are going to be, let's see here. Oh, yeah, off of eBay, I got World of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, and the reason I got Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine was to fill the case, the empty case that I have, but the cheapest copy on eBay included the case, so I'm going to be getting another case for Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, along with the game, which I'm okay with, since it was the cheapest copy, because they had some loose games without the case that were more expensive than the game with the case that I'm getting from eBay. And then I picked up Combat Cars. I've never played that, but it was super cheap. because I bundled it with the seller so I would get cheaper shipping on the other orders. And then also Prey, Prey, for Xbox 360. It's the 2006 game, which I remember playing back in the day on PC, and that was a lot of fun. It's got like weird portals and gravity physics and stuff. Yeah, I remember that one being a lot of fun. I should get Croc 1 and Croc 2. Ooh, I should look into those. I've heard of them, but I've never actually played them. You gotta go again? I gotcha. No worries, no worries. Let's see. And also, I put in an offer for Aero the Acrobat because I have an empty case for it, and I really want to fill the case. But the sticker on the cartridge itself is a little bit scuffed, so I'm hoping they take the lower offer, because I offered them a little lower than they're asking, so hopefully they'll accept that offer, and I can get that one to add back to my collection. Which leaves Battletoads and Double Dragon. I need to find a reasonably priced copy of that. I haven't found one yet, so I haven't picked one up yet. But yeah, those are on their way, and hopefully Aero the Acrobat as well. But yeah, I mean, that's my collection, that's my setup. Those are the things I've been up to recently. I'm sorry I haven't been able to stream so much lately. I really want to get back to streaming more. But it's been tough because of my back issues the last couple of weeks, and then my wife has been homesick this week. So it's really been tough being able to find the time to really put in a solid stream. But I'm really glad that I was able to get back to it and catch up with you guys here and show off some of the things I've been working on and getting going. I've started a collection. I've started a game collection, and that's super cool, and I'm excited to share it with you guys. And as things come in, share those things with you guys as well. So, yeah, that's what I've been up to, and some of the reasons why I haven't been streaming as much as I would like to lately. So yeah, I will hopefully be live more, but a couple of things really quick. In relation to that is, in about a week and a half, or just over a week, I will be going to California, for 5 days. So at the end of next week, I will be going out of town, and, and that'll be through the weekend and then into the week after. So I'll be gone for, about 5 days, in California. Safe trip, thank you. I hope so. And then after that, in November, at some point in November, I think early November, I will be going on a Disney cruise. So that'll be a 2-week Disney cruise. I will be out of commission. For 2 weeks, I'll be on a boat in the middle of the ocean with no connections to anything. However, as I like to try to do when I go on cruises, I will try to find a connection point at port one day, or a couple of days, and do a couple of streams from the cruise ship, and kind of like show off the cruise ship and stuff. So definitely keep an eye out for those in November when I am gone on the cruise. I will try to get in a couple of streams on the cruise, from the cruise, about the cruise. So yeah, so there's going to be a little more off time during October, and then even more off time in November. But I will definitely try to stream as I can in between those things, and and definitely share a lot of stuff with you guys along the way, and definitely put some stuff in the Discord about it. Yeah, absolutely. So, okay, yeah. So that's what I've been up to. That's everything that I think I have right now to share. I can't think of anything else at the moment. So yeah. Yeah, that's my setup. That's my game collection, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I really appreciate it. I really enjoy having you guys around. And I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. Let's see if we can find someone who's live to do a little bit of a raid. Yeah, it's not going to be a very big raid, but that's okay. Let's see, who can we raid? Ooh, I know who I want to raid.
Moderators are awesome.
They're helping.
Ooh, Phil. Ooh, real quick, Phil. Now that you're back, real quick. I played my very first Pokemon game. You'll be excited to hear, but it might not be what you think. I'll show you. I'll show you real quick. Before we go on the raid, I'll show you real quick. Turn on the 3DS. Because I actually got a digital copy of a Pokemon game. It is... Where is it? How do I find my digital games on the 3DS? Do those get downloaded to the SD card? Because the SD card is like... has been removed. It wasn't even... Okay, yeah, it's on the SD card. That's weird. This one here. Pokemon Puzzle Challenge. Virtual Console. It's a Game Boy Color game. Have you played that one? If so... Yes, it is just Tetris Attack. I got your hopes up, didn't I? It is just Tetris Attack, but Pokemon themed. I love that game. It's so fun. It's so fun. Yep. Okay, let's go on a raid. We're gonna raid Turnt MOSFET. Alright, thank you guys, everyone, for hanging out. It was a lot of fun having you guys, and that's all I got. And I'll try to be back live when I can. I don't know when I'll be able to, but I will try. And, yeah, let's go on a raid. Take care. Bye-bye.
I mean, I successfully went to Alaska also, but...